Imagine lying beneath a clear autumn sky, your eyes tracing the patterns of stars overhead until they rest on a faint, soft glow, barely visible, almost dreamlike. That gentle smudge of light is the Andromeda Galaxy, floating in space impossibly far from where you now rest in quiet repose. What reaches your eyes in this moment began its journey over 2 million years ago, long before humans walked the Earth. You're not simply looking at a distant object. You're gazing backward through time itself, receiving photons that have traveled through the cosmic void since an age when our ancestors had not yet learned to stand upright. Andromeda holds a unique place in the night sky. It is the most distant thing you can see with your naked eye alone, a faint whisper of ancient starlight stretched across the velvet darkness. Allow yourself to sink into the knowledge that Andromeda appears in our sky as a soft oval patch, best seen in autumn evenings and in the northern hemisphere, when the air is crisp and clear. We move softly forward to understand that despite its tremendous distance, Andromeda shines with the light of hundreds of billions of suns combined into that single gentle glow. We drift peacefully to the understanding that viewing Andromeda is a form of time travel, our eyes receiving messages from the deep past of the universe itself. Breathe slowly now as we contemplate that Andromeda holds a special place among the thousands of galaxies we have cataloged, being our nearest large galactic neighbor in the vastness of space. We settle into the comforting thought that ancient sky watchers saw the same diffuse patch of light we see today, connecting us across millennia through shared wonder. Let your consciousness ease toward the fact that the light from Andromeda has traveled through the empty darkness for longer than our species has existed, patient and constant in its cosmic journey. We can gently acknowledge that binoculars or a small telescope reveal more of Andromeda's beauty, showing its elongated shape and hints of structure within. Rest now in the simple truth that Andromeda lies within our local group of galaxies, a family of gravitationally bound islands floating together through the expanding universe. We move with tranquil awareness to note that on the darkest nights, away from city lights, Andromeda can span an area 6 times wider than the full moon in our sky, though most of this extended glow remains too faint for our eyes to perceive. Let yourself relax into the knowledge that the galaxy's designation as Messier 31 comes from the 18th century catalog of Charles Messier, who sought to map fuzzy objects that might confuse comet hunters. We drift softly to understand that Andromeda serves as a cosmic mirror, allowing us to study a spiral galaxy similar to our own Milky Way from the outside looking in. Breathe deeply and settle into the peaceful fact that amateur astronomers consider Andromeda one of the premier deep sky objects, a reliable beacon in the autumn constellation for which it is named. We can now gently absorb the understanding that the ancient light we see has passed through intergalactic space virtually unchanged, carrying information about a galaxy as it existed in the distant past. Let your mind ease toward the truth that indigenous peoples across many cultures incorporated Andromeda into their celestial stories and seasonal calendars, though they knew not what vast structure they observed. We rest comfortably in knowing that every autumn, Andromeda rises higher in our evening sky, a predictable companion in the seasonal dance of the heavens. We conclude this opening movement of our journey by relaxing into the awareness that the faint light of Andromeda has been falling on Earth for millions of years, long before any eyes existed to see it, patient and eternal in the darkness above. We transition now with gentle ease into contemplating the magnificent scale of this celestial structure, beginning with the peaceful realization that Andromeda stretches across approximately 220,000 light-years of space, making it more than twice as wide as our own Milky Way galaxy. Let your awareness drift softly to the fact that this immense spiral contains roughly 1 trillion individual stars, each one a sun burning with its own light in the cosmic darkness. We settle deeper to understand that if we could view Andromeda from above, we would see its elegant spiral arms winding gracefully outward from a bright central bulge, like a cosmic pinwheel frozen in slow rotation. Breathe slowly now as we absorb the knowledge that Andromeda's disk, though vast in diameter, measures only about 1,000 light-years in thickness, a cosmic pancake of stars and gas spinning